Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts. Find a location near you. Now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor because land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool. But they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So, we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You see my kid?
High school volleyball is back on IndianaSRN. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cathedral High School. We have a battle of unbeatens as the Fighting Irish of Cathedral at 4-0, hosting the Marauders of Mount Vernon at 1-0. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, your licensed and experienced electricians serving Central Indiana. Also by IU Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 service, 1 logistical solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. Troy Dargowski along with Coach Keith Myers as we're ready for a brand new high school volleyball season. It all gets underway tonight for us. though this past weekend the season got it away for both these teams. Cathedral winning 4 of their matches in the tournament up north, and then, of course, Mount Vernon winning their opening matchup as well. Coach, unbeaten. 2 teams have played each other through the 5 sets. We probably expect these 2 teams will do the same again this year.
Well, the net play will be terrific because this weekend I tried to play volleyball, and as you can see, I am sporting the little cut in the eye. I felt like Hulk Hogan took advantage of me. Need a cage match, a rematch. But, you look at tonight's game, and we're going to hear from these teams all the way through the season.
Yeah.
Cathedral just reloaded once again. They'll be one of the dominating force in the City Alliance that we have later on in the year. But there are a lot of teams that we'll talk about that could defeat them, but they're really good. Mount Vernon, outstanding talent, outstanding coaching, and some freshmen that might surprise you that will get some names. That tournament up north, that's not a shabby tournament. No. That's a pretty good tournament. No. And you come away there with 4 wins, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself.
And, by the way, 4 wins, did not lose a set in any of those matches either, so that's really a big key. When you look at Cathedral, and, of course, we're going to get a good look at them tonight, they are big. They have 7 players that are 5'10" or taller. And then you talk about net play as you get a look at the Fighting Irish right there, getting final warm-up tosses in. They're going to be big at the net. That's going to be really, really a huge advantage, I think, for them tonight. I know Mount Vernon has a couple of big ones, but they have a lot to go against.
I think the height is an advantage, but I think watch the liberos tonight. The liberos have to pass the ball, have to push the ball up to the net to get it to the big girls so they can make those plays. Coaching, the strategy, what do you do? How, when do you come out? We see very quickly you win that first game, that second game. We always look at that second game as a game that if you win that one, you're in a pretty good driver's seat. Both of these, I think this could go 5. I think we could be here till 11:30 at night. I'm sure my producer is very happy about that. But it's just a great atmosphere. And how about the first game on IndianaSRN having this game? And then Saturday, you and I right back at Cathedral. Yeah. We get to see a very good ball club from Kentucky that will be very good. But that's off the subject right now. It's Wynn, Mount Vernon. This has been a nice little rivalry the last couple of years.
Yeah, by the way, Cathedral is a team that always plays all their sports. They play a very, very good schedule. By the way, speaking of their 4-0 record so far this year, and they lost a couple of very good players last year, but the majority of their players are back. They beat Wapahani. That's a very good team that they beat up north at Crown Point. They beat Chesterton, they beat Lake Central, and then they beat Crown Point. As we said, they won all their sets.
And Crown Point is a ball club that you got to look in the northern region. Talked to Jean Kessinger today, met her at lunch today, and she goes, the northern region this year, Keith, is so talented. Southern Indiana is always Southern Indiana, but I think the Central Indiana, if you look at the teams, Cathedral, you look at Lawrence North, you look at Lawrence Central, we're going to see Franklin Central, which is another 6A team tomorrow. Heritage Christian, a 2A team that jumped to 3A. They do not like that at all, but the nature of the beast. So we all start today, and it starts today. 21 games on a network on IndianaSRN for volleyball, 21 soccer games on IndianaSRN, and 55 football games. We're going to be pretty busy in the fall.
No doubt about it. Well, speaking of Mount Vernon, you take a look at the Marauders right there. They opened up with a win against Greenwood 3-1. They lost their first set, 26-24, and then won 3 straight. Keep an eye really on Kate Ferguson of Mount Vernon. She does it all. I know we're going to call her name a lot here tonight. And as we look at this Cathedral team, take your pick. Taylor Lewis, you have Hannah Barbary along with Mallory Dills. There's just so many different weapons they have going into this one here tonight. Should be really, really evenly matched, no doubt about it. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, get this one underway. It is Cathedral at 4-0, Mount Vernon at 1-0. Volleyball action right here on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Cathedral High School, as Coach mentioned a few moments ago, a lot of volleyball this year on IndianaSRN, and right now we begin with Cathedral and Mount Vernon, two teams that are undefeated. Is there an advantage, though, already when you look at Cathedral playing those 4 matches up north and only 1 so far for Mount Vernon? I guess it's just too early to tell, right?
You throw everything out. You know, on your trip from Mount Vernon to Cathedral, the coaching staff told you how good Cathedral is and how you're going to handle Cathedral. And by the time they got off the bus, they got tired of hearing about Cathedral, that this first game could be the statement game.
Yeah.
And how you come through that. If you're Cathedral on the other side, okay, yeah, you're 4-0, and you played some good teams this weekend. But this is the opening night against your crowd, and you see the crowd. There's a lot of people in this gym. I would like to have 10 cents for every $7 ticket that was purchased tonight. I could buy probably enough to buy a pizza tonight.
You could, yeah.
Real quick before we go on, we lost a vital peg on IndianaSRN. One of our broadcasters is now in heaven. Steve McClure was a great guy, served many years with us, and this season is in honor and in memory of Steve. Sylvia, I know you're watching tonight. You asked for the schedule. I know you're watching tonight because this is one of the sports that Steve did during basketball season. She'll watch all of them because that's what she did. But we will truly, we were truly blessed by working with Steve McClure, and we thank you for his dedicated service. And Sylvia, we love you. We keep you in our prayers. And if you need anything, you know how to get a hold of us.
Definitely, and we will certainly miss him this season for sure. As you take a look at the Fighting Irish of Cathedral, keep an eye on Mallory Dills. 52 service aces last year, 217 digs and 875 assists. Of course, when you look at Carson Kramer, who will wear number 1 tonight for Cathedral, 199 kills last season. And then Taylor Lewis wearing number 12. It's kind of a three-headed monster, though they have so many different weapons to work with. She had a 296 hitting average last season. We're expecting that to go up. She's an outside hitter, plays a little middle as well at 6'1". But again, we talk about 7 players at 5'10" or taller. I'll be really curious to see how that's going to play out very early.
Well, I noticed Cathedral right away goes to the greeny uniforms tonight. We're used to seeing them in blue. They're in the greeny uniforms. Is there something behind? Coach didn't tell us. We got a new coach this year. When they come out with their green uniforms of football, that means they're bad.
Yeah.
So who knows? It could be very nice. Real quick, we want to thank the athletic directors of both institutions for allowing us to be here tonight. We appreciate that. We want to thank our camera guy and our producer, the old professor. You know, he was on Gilligan's Island. He was with Ginger, Marianne.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ben Wood is with us tonight, and it's nice to have him on the driver's seat. He'll drive this big bus home.
So he's now known as the old professor.
The professor.
Just the professor.
Professor Ben Wood.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll have a commencement next week.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll have a tassel.
I bet
for
we
him.
will.
Yeah. Well, first road trip country, we'll let him by. That's how well we like him.
I agree. There you take a look at the Fighting Irish. Their head coach is in her first year, Coach Quinnichette. And so we'll see how she puts things together early, as she has stamped her mark on this team right now when you think about off to a 4-0 start.
How about those officials? We need those officials. Thank you for them tonight.
So side out Cathedral, we are ready to go. That is Mallory Dills, the 5'10 senior, ready to serve things here for Cathedral. There was a bevy of games over the weekend around the state of Indiana, so we are well underway. Outside set, and the first point will go to Mount Vernon, so the Marauders get on the board first.
And you could just tell right away. I mean, the subs coming in, they're smacking, they're high-fiving.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you get a chance, and they play a lot, as you see side out here for Mount Vernon, that is, I think, Olivia Morgan, who was serving there for Mount Vernon. They stopped play.
He didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah.
She got so excited. Got to wait for the whistle, young lady.
And you can see the excitement on both sides, and especially when you're home like Cathedral is, and opportunity to play in front of your home crowd as well. Not a great set that time for the Fighting Irish. Outside, and that'll be an error there on the attack. That'll be Olivia Morgan, the freshman. We certainly will talk about her a lot this year. So each team with an early mistake, we're tied at 1 apiece. Side out for Cathedral. See how the Marauders will play it, and nice play at the net, big time block on that right side. Excellent job. Once again, looked like that was number 8 there, Mallory Dills, or was it Erin Emick?
Emick.
Okay, so Emick number 4 that time for Cathedral. 2-1, Fighting Irish, first set. Marauders back set to the near side. Nothing there for Olivia Morgan, and the point will go to Cathedral. They call that 4 hits that time on Mount Vernon, and an early 3-1 lead.
Just
side out once again for the Fighting Irish. Well, when you're at home, too, if you can win that first set, you were talking earlier about that second set, and Mount Vernon able to make the return. But if you get that first set at home, you really do put a lot of pressure on that opposing team. That'll go to the Fighting Irish. That was Taylor Lewis, I do believe, on the left side getting the point. It's 4-1.
And how far do you go before you call that first time out to settle down your team? 4-1. It's a long game. It's to 25, best of 5. That 5th game, if necessary, goes to 15, which is the best volleyball that you'll ever see play when it gets to that best of 5.
Good serve again by the Fighting Irish. Not a great set once again. Early problems now for Mount Vernon. Middle attack, nothing there for Cathedral. And they'll have to make the return, but 4 hits called against the Fighting Irish, and the point will go to Mount Vernon.
You see how close they get to the net. We call that a bunch. They're so close, and everybody has a responsibility, and you got to pay attention whose turn it is to get the ball and set that ball. That's a nice hit.
And the point will go to the Fighting Irish. They went back to the outside hitter at 6'1", Taylor Lewis, and we see that size paying dividends early.
And you saw her, Troy, she cocked back with her arm, and it was back behind her ear, then followed through. That's a nice hit. They teach that very well at Cathedral.
Avery Lewis is in. That is our first service error of the night. That'll go against Cathedral. Avery Lewis is a 6-foot freshman for the Fighting Irish.
6'4".
It's big.
Yes, sir.
Here is Aubrey Dowling, a freshman now for Mount Vernon.
This is the freshman they're very happy with.
Good middle serve on the back row. Middle set point will go to the Fighting Irish.
Well, you just can't beat that. You just got there and you attacked the net. Very well played.
That was Taylor Lewis once again. Take another look at it right here.
I mean, look at this. That's just big-time volleyball right there, folks.
Yeah, she started from the attack line and continued to stay in the air before getting the point. 6-3 plus 3 here, and the serve for the Fighting Irish. Here in the opening set. Nothing there for Mount Vernon. Fighting Irish trying to bring it to the right side, and a nice block in the middle. That was Sophia Damer there, the junior for Mount Vernon.
Little cat and mouse tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So far. Look at this replay.
I mean, she timed that just right.
Yep.
And brought it back to the middle, and Cathedral was not ready for it. Back to the Fighting Irish, and that's a nice play from the right side, just inside the attack line. Looked like that might have been Avery Lewis once again, or it might have been Taylor Lewis, number 12. Let's see, she is serving right here.
12.
Yep, it's going to be Taylor Lewis who got the point and side out Cathedral. Plus 3 on the serve. Middle attack, nothing there for the Marauders. We haven't had a long volley yet tonight, as that will be hit high in the air, but will go into the stands. Good effort by the Fighting Irish, but the point goes to Mount Vernon.
And if you're the line judge and you see her running after you, you know you better get out of the way. We have been taught in the officiating to stay still. I'm not going to take that hit. I'm sorry. That would hurt.
-2 here for Mount Vernon. Damer once again on the serve. Fighting Irish to the left, and they'll get the point.
Well, that rotation was really good for Cathedral.
Looked like that was Katie Barthel there for
Barthel.
Cathedral.
Yep.
Yeah.
Barthel, yep.
So side out once again for the Fighting Irish, leading it by 3. Neither team has gone on a really big run, and volleyball is so much about momentum and putting 6-7 points together at a time. But so far, not a lot of separation. Fighting Irish on the attack. Nice save by the Marauders to get it back into play, but it goes into the net. Point goes to Cathedral.
She did a great job. The freshman did a nice job of bending, but she didn't extend all the way up. That ball was just a little short. You know, I really believe volleyball is probably 60% mental, 40% physical, but they will work hard tonight.
Ball hit into the sidelines, but the point will go to Cathedral.
Might have hit that antenna on that side. It looks like it's vibrating.
So a 5-point lead now for the Fighting Irish. And it's going to be 6. There's an ace for Cathedral. That's the biggest lead now at 6 in this contest. And we've got our first timeout here this evening. Timeout by Mount Vernon. We'll take a timeout as well. This is high school volleyball on IndianaSRN. Back once again here, Cathedral, as the point will go to the Fighting Irish, and now a 7-point lead here in the opening set, and now they're starting to put a little distance between themselves and Mount Vernon. Side out once again for the Fighting Irish. Ball played at the net. Mount Vernon didn't get anything offensively that time. and have to return it once again. So no attack there for the Marauders. Middle hit and the point for Cathedral, I believe that was number 13, Hannah Barbie.
Barbie on the hit. You know, volleyball's the only sport, folks, that has a timeout that when you're ready, timeout is over.
Yeah.
So excuse our 15-second delay. We try to take advantage of that, but those things happen.
Second service error by Cathedral. Point will go to Mount Vernon, side out Marauders.
And most people went and got popcorn anyway. So
they did, yeah.
I know I would. I like the hot dog the young man's sporting tonight, too.
Fighting Irish back on the attack. Good job again by Mount Vernon defensively, but that's going to be long, and point will go to Cathedral.
And it just seems like Cathedral is now in that little comfort zone, if you will. This 14-6 lead. Now you just have to finish through it, follow through.
And another nice serve by Cathedral. That is their second ace of the night. And now a 9-point lead. Take another look at this one.
I mean, that's just a line drive shot.
When you look at that back row there for Mount Vernon, a little indecision on who was going to take it from the attack line. Nothing there for the Fighting Irish, and a return. Mount Vernon's got to get some offense going here pretty soon instead of returning it. And we've got another, that's going to be a 4-hit, and that's going to go against Mount Vernon, and now a 10-point lead. We talked about it a little bit ago, Coach, and done hundreds and hundreds of volleyball games where the run is so important, and now we're seeing Cathedral do it right here.
Yeah, we talked about momentum, and, once you get that established momentum, it's really hard to break. Timeout didn't break it for them. Usually that does happen, but, this game is far from over, but, Cathedral definitely in the driver's seat. There's a nice hit.
Boy, they needed that one. Point Mount Vernon. That'll stop a run there by Cathedral. Mount Vernon bringing Ainsley Bear out of the lineup. Side out once again for Mount Vernon. See how the Fighting Irish will attack it from the left. And the point good in the middle defensively. Yeah, number 10 there, Libby Gee Weiler. And so nothing there for Mount Vernon. 18-7, it's up to 11.
And you saw the official with the touch. You're going to see a lot of that this year with the touch rule.
So here's Mount Vernon back on offense. He'll go to the outside left. Nothing there. Good defense and good rotation by the Irish, but they have to make the return. When you really have to hit it so high, and boy, that misplayed there at the net by Mount Vernon.
You're right, Troy. I mean, you got to get that ball elevated so high that it's got to be a reach. And right now, Cathedral is just reading all those reads correctly, and I feel pretty comfortable right now if you're Cathedral.
Another nice serve, middle back. Mount Vernon on the attack, cross-court hit, nothing. From the attack line, nice strike to the back. Mount Vernon, nice rotation once again, but that one will go long. So what Mount Vernon has done at this stage, Coach, is they just can't generate much offense. They're making too many mistakes.
Now it's a race to 5 if you're Cathedral. It's a race to 5, and, they're doing this without the libero on the floor, which is pretty impressive as well.
It is. Good serve again, return quickly by Mount Vernon. Nothing offensively either way, so we'll go back now to the Marauders just inside the attack line. Deep back, and the point good by Mount Vernon.
Ball had eyes. Hey, real quick, want to say hello to 3 young ladies that are watching this game up in Michigan with Grandma, future volleyball players. Grandma says they're watching it and enjoying it.
Oh, good, good.
They like Grandma.
Well, because you're here.
Yeah, that's it.
Weiler on the serve, middle attack, and a big-time hit. That one by Hannah Barbie. Second time we've called her name in the middle of that attack. Take a look at this one. Set up, it was a short set, too. Side out, 13-point lead now for the Fighting Irish in their home opener. And again, Mount Vernon unable to mount an attack. See if Cathedral will make him pay for it, and they do. See, it's almost, you just can't give Cathedral that many more opportunities on offense.
No, because they're so deep.
Yeah.
Corey. They're so, I mean, who steps up and does the next hit?
All right, let's see what the Marauders have in store. Little touch there, nothing. And in the middle, I'll tell you what, that was a great placement of the ball there for Cathedral.
And what I really like about Mount Vernon, though, is they understand that they're getting there. They just can't deliver right now. But they're fast enough to get to that spot. That will be a telling tale later on tonight.
So 23-8, and there is an attack error by Mount Vernon, and we are now at set point, 24-8. And it happened quickly, Coach.
It snowballed pretty quickly. You're right, Troy.
So Mount Vernon needs one here to stay alive, and they'll get it.
Oh, nice. That's a nice hit right down the line. It's pretty hot in this gymnasium tonight.
Very, very warm in this gymnasium. So side out, Mount Vernon. Back once again to Aubrey Dowling, just a freshman. Went back row once again inside the attack line. Big time hit. Good defense by the Marauders.
Very good defense. Nice save. Go right back at it. Just couldn't get it done.
To the outside as Cathedral finishes it off. 25-9, your final in game number 1. We will come back with the second set coming up in moments. This is high school volleyball in IndianaSRN.
Needing to hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services in Indianapolis and its 5 surrounding counties. Call us today at 317-900-6202. Now hiring qualified applicants.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Hey, reminder, tonight's game brought to you in part by Serenity Home Care. Serenity Care Services is an Indiana licensed personal agency and Medicaid waiver service provider in central Indiana. They are friendly, competent, and an experienced team of caregivers you had been seeking. For more information, contact them at serenitycareservices.net.
They're new to IndianaSRN, joined us last winter and came back and renewed. As you see the sponsors rotating on the bottom left-hand side of our screen tonight, we want to thank all of those fine folks. And the grill is there. That's a brand new sponsor. And boy,
yeah.
oh boy, do they have nice steaks.
I've heard.
Yeah, have you ate one?
Not yet.
Oh.
I think that every night that you guys had a show, I'm walking dogs or something.
No, well, that was Aspen Creek Grill.
Oh, okay.
The grill's, Aspen Creek Grill has great powwow shrimp. By the way, they probably actually have this game in on their lobby because they were going to show some games this year. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, by the way, should mention with Cathedral leading at 25-9. We are waiting for the poll to come out this week. I haven't seen a preseason poll.
I have not either. Yeah. I was looking for it.
Yeah. I haven't seen one yet, so I understand they're trying to get it all put together. So maybe by tomorrow. I know we've got the boys and girls soccer polls were out today.
Yes.
And I believe by tomorrow we will get the coaches' football preseason poll.
Because the IndianaSRN preseason poll is already out.
It's been out for a couple of
and
weeks.
I already have a hate mail.
Yeah.
Thanks to you. My morning drive show is very interesting now. I get people texting. I mean, it's Rise Up Radio, and it's a ministry of Horizon Christian School, but there's a lot of people that are listening to that, and they wasn't real happy with my top poll, and so I'm going to throw it all into you guys.
Oh, are you?
Going to throw you underneath the bus, have you guys do it. Northridge, I hear you. I hear you, Northridge.
Well, I tell you what, I'm sure that speaking of football, and you talk about Cathedral, they couldn't be too happy with you either, because if I'm not mistaken, they've moved up to a 6A ranking, and you didn't put them in there anywhere in the top 5.
Yeah, Bill Peoples are going to probably be upset with me, but
what's your email address?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I have a feeling Cathedral. A lot of people say, okay, they're moving up to the big boys. Well, they play a lot of big boys no matter what. So, all right. See how the Marauders will come back here, as they will have it side out here in the second set, and their first service error of the night, and a deep hole early in the first one, and now they find themselves behind here in this one.
We'll talk about football. Lots of football in store for you this weekend on IndianaSRN.
Cathedral again on the serve, try to take the 2-0 lead, and nice play on the back row by Cathedral. Marauders haven't really been able to formulate much offensively here tonight. And again to the outside, and there she is one more time, number 12, Taylor Lewis, 6'1", and she is a big-time striker on the outside.
And they went right to the middle of the floor. They went to the side, strong side, then brought it back, rotated, and went to the middle side of the floor.
Cathedral doing an excellent job in their rotations, even on defense. And there's some miscommunication on the sideline. I believe number 7, Easton Wampler, was the one who was going to handle it. And there's another error offensively for Mount Vernon.
And Seller right away went, that was my bad, that's my bad. So at least the communication there afterwards. Got to get it over the net.
Third service error by Cathedral. They were not a great serving team last year. In fact, neither one of these two teams were up there in their service percentage, so I'm sure they worked on that over the summer and in the preseason. 2-point lead here for the Fighting Irish, and they'll get another point. That left side has been kind to them, as you said earlier.
Well, we talk about summer volleyball and club volleyball. All these girls, volleyball season ends in November for the state of Indiana, but club season starts right back at it in January. These kids have been playing volleyball since last year, so the development, now you got to get them all together and group and play as a unit in a high school setting, because at the most I think you could do is have 3 kids on each team in the AAU sets. I may be speaking out of turn, but the whole team is not there.
Right. Yeah, a lot of these players may play with each other, as that one will go down for the point for the Fighting Irish, +5 now.
Well, a lot of times, and we saw tonight, a lot of these kids just smacking each other on the butt because they knew, because I played with them yesterday.
That's right. And they play a lot of matches over the summer, just like they do in basketball. Side out, once again, Cathedral. That'll be blocked out of bounds, though. Point will go to the Marauders. And they needed that. Stops that run there by the Fighting Irish. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the state of Indiana deserves, I think, like in football and in volleyball, they deserve a lot more credit than they get, because they turn out a lot of excellent volleyball players. And another point from the middle attack, and there she is again, Taylor Lewis.
Well, sitting down with Gene Kessinger about a year ago, we talked about, here's how many Division I players, the replay here, just a nice hit. How many Division I players are now going from Indiana to other big schools? They're not, the West Coast used to dominate. There's some Indiana kids that are making some noise, and we're pretty excited. And every night on Twitter, you follow it on a sports page, we see kids going to play big-time volleyball everywhere.
Exactly.
Nice
and there
hit
is
again.
the big kill again. I was just going to mention, too, if you go to our sports page or go to radiotroy.com, we have a preseason watch list that you can see.
And there's several players on that list that's here tonight. And tomorrow night we have a few people as well.
So you get a pretty good idea who the top volleyball players are as we are in a brand new season. 6-point lead here in the second set. Marauders again offensively really struggled with their play at the net. On the return, nothing there for the Fighting Irish. See, that set is so important right there. Got to really place it perfectly against a Cathedral team with that amount of size they have up front. Good volley both ways. And that'll be down the line, and the Marauders thought that was touched, and they say no, so it goes out, point Cathedral.
And the down official called it right away. The up official was waiting for the line judge to show if it was touched or not. Great officiating, communicating right there.
+7 on the serve, again for the Fighting Irish. And nice dig there for Cathedral. That was a great play. And the Marauders have to make another return.
Oh, nice elbow.
Yeah, great save again. To the outside, and that'll be in for the point. Great block up front.
They escaped the back door, and they forgot to close it.
Ava Whitmore, number 11 there for Mount Vernon, just a sophomore, maybe. So far the play of the game for Mount Vernon. They're down by 6. Got to get that offense rolling here pretty quickly. And that'll be short. Cathedral not playing into the net very well.
Misjudged at that front of the net there. Man, what a crowd tonight.
Huge crowd. Well, Cathedral certainly supports their student athletes, that's for sure. And a receiving error by Cathedral. They've only had a couple of those tonight.
How about this little run for Mount Vernon that haven't given up? Striking distance here.
3+ right now. In fact, 3 in a row as they'll go side out once again. And Cathedral cannot keep it alive. Point again. That'll be 4 straight.
Might need a timeout here. Or you're going to either that or new coach saying, we're just going to work this out. You got to get through this.
Well, an instance again where we talked about it earlier. Teams go on runs, and now Mount Vernon a run of their own. And that'll be ended right there by Cathedral. That attack to the outside.
And that's just a veteran coach that knows her team that says, look, they're big enough. They're big girls right now. They know how to work out of a jam, and so far they did get out of that jam.
By the way, Taylor Lewis once again. She was able to bring the Fighting Irish back alive, and they play at the net. Marauders get the point. That will be Sophia Damer.
Damer just wheeled that ball.
Back to a 3-point lead. Mount Vernon held to 9 in the opening set. Now 7 here in the second set. Fighting Irish on the attack from the left, and that'll be Carson Kramer, the outside hitter, a 5'9" senior, getting the point. We haven't even mentioned her name much tonight because of Taylor Lewis.
Yeah.
And Kramer's one of the top players around the area. +4, side out Cathedral. Middle attack. That Cathedral defense very good on the back line, and the return and the point, Cathedral. That might have been Addison Bakemeyer, the junior.
It looked like Bakemeyer.
So now +5 for Cathedral. You know, another play we haven't really talked a whole lot about tonight.
That let serve. Wow. That's what, when you're there, you just see the ball go over there. You don't think it's going to make it, and just drops.
I was going to mention, as you see another look at it right there, and that one just clipped. You're right. You couldn't do that any perfect. That'll be a service error number 4 now at Cathedral. I was going to mention Kate Ferguson, the outside hitter for Mount Vernon. We really haven't talked about her much tonight, but we talked about her a little bit in the pregame. She has a .316 hitting percentage, 42 kill percentage, and her serve percentage is over 90. They'll need her the rest of the way. That'll be blocked out of bounds, and the point will go to Mount Vernon. Olivia Johnson on that front row there for Mount Vernon, just a sophomore. I think when you really look at it, you think about you have a freshman, a couple of sophomores. This is kind of a young team here for Mount Vernon.
Yeah. They're going to be okay, though. They'll play. The people they play and the people, they'll get better as the season goes on. Do not, if you're watching them and go, we're not going to, they'll be okay.
They'll be okay.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Carson Kramer there, the point for Cathedral, back to a 5-point lead. Good block at the net. Boy, you get up there, and there's Kramer again.
And Morgan was lifted. She lifted well. She just can't get it between the arms.
Yeah, when you talk about Lewis at 6'1", and some of those other players we talked about for Cathedral, they're just so big up front.
Misjudged that one.
Yep. Set was a little bit off the mark for Hannah Barbie. One of the rare mistakes you've seen tonight for Cathedral. Side out Mount Vernon. Down by 5. Need to get this one if you're the Marauders. Middle attack. Good
nice
save. Not played well that time by the Fighting Irish. They'll push it deep. Quick return. You see that rotation right there. Good volley both ways.
Nice placement.
Oh, man.
Just couldn't get there. Nice rotation, both teams. Communication. That's exactly what you want.
Well, she was headed for that deep corner. Watch where this one goes. That's Taylor Lewis again. She was going right back there.
Yep.
What if you go back, she hits it in front of you. If you go up, she hits it behind you.
You don't think that's just not fair, is it?
It isn't fair at all. +6 again for the Fighting Irish, and
nice.
They save it.
Play on.
Mount Vernon stays alive and then misplayed behind the attack line. Point goes to the Marauders.
And Cathedral got caught flat-footed. I don't think they could make that play. And sure enough did.
Well, how many times do you see a team start to celebrate and they
the ball's
make
still in play?
Exactly.
Yeah. We saw that in the Heartland Conference Championship game last year.
Yeah. -5 serving Mount Vernon. Let's see what the Fighting Irish have in store. Mount Vernon now 2 more points. Now 3 more points than they had in the opening set, and now they're back to within 4.
Proud to announce that we will have some Heartland Conference volleyball games for you. Troy and I will be going up to Anderson for one of those.
We are?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And we get to go to good old in Richmond, Indiana.
The mighty Quakers.
The Quakers.
They're generally pretty good at volleyball. Cathedral unable to do anything offensively in their first possession, make the quick return. Well, that ball just caught them off guard. Great play again by Ava Whitmore.
This is done with the young girls that are on the floor. They're building confidence on every play.
Yeah, Whitmore just a sophomore. We talked about Olivia Johnson, only a sophomore. Dowling, a freshman. They lost that first set, as that point will go to the Irish. They lost that first set to Greenwood and then won 3 straight. It was a battle all the way through, but they still managed to get the win. Side out once again for the Irish. Talk about that magic number being 20, and once you get to 20, it's kind of a psychological thing. Knowing you only have 5 more points to go, and that one's just inside the line. Great play for Cathedral. Lewis was back on that left side again. She's making a living on this side.
Surely is.
+5 once again. Cathedral trying to move to 5-0 on the season. That one hit into the net. That'll be a attack error there for Mount Vernon.
And, you look at, as we have a timeout.
We'll take a timeout as well. 19-13, Cathedral on top. This is high school volleyball in IndianaSRN.
Vernon Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Back here at Cathedral High School as Mount Vernon able to get the point. A miscue there for the Fighting Irish. Back in again will be Aubrey Dowling now for Mount Vernon. We've talked about her tonight. Excellent freshman.
Cathedral's Mount Vernon's playing much better and more aggressive this game than they did game one.
Nice play on that back row. Mount Vernon able to keep it alive. Cathedral to the left, down the line, and Mount Vernon can't save it. Great effort, though.
How about three girls going after the ball? That's when you just got to be very careful, and if you're a fan, got to keep your hands off, and then when they're crashing into you, please protect them.
I'll tell you one thing for sure. If you look at this one tonight, Mount Vernon's defense, I think overall they played pretty well.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
They've made some nice saves here tonight. Just got to get the offense rolling and not give it back to Cathedral.
How about the girl on the floor sliding on the floor and went back and got the ball?
There's a big-time hit once again. Looked like that might have been Taylor Lewis. And it was. Lewis able to get that one just inside the line.
Again, race to 5 for Cathedral.
+7. Fighting Irish trying to go up 2-0 here tonight in their home opener. Nice block at the net, and the point goes to the Fighting Irish again. Tell you one thing, you can get hurt with the way they're pushing each other. Josie Myers, a sophomore at 6'2", got the block and the point.
Come on, Troy. Just a little bit of love taps. Wait till Friday night when you see the headbutts.
Oh, I know. We're getting ready for some high school football. Back again. Slide to the right, nothing there for Mount Vernon. Back to Cathedral to the outside. They'll cross-court attack. Again, nothing. Mount Vernon tried to play it soft at the net. There were two big bodies there, including Myers at 6'2". Nowhere to go with the ball. So now we're down.
Push 2.
2 more, it'll be 2-0. 9-point lead. Cathedral methodically putting this one together. Surviving any runs put together by Mount Vernon.
How about that?
And that'll be a point from the Marauders.
Not too fast, my friend.
Not yet. Side out, Mount Vernon. Here is Kate Ferguson. We've talked about her and what a special player she is, and they really need her now.
I like her. I like how her attitude is in her play.
Excellent serve, middle back. From the attack line, I'll tell you what, that is almost illegal. That was Taylor Lewis again, I do believe. Am I correct? Or
yes,
was
sir.
That? Yep, Lewis again. Here, take a look at this. That's almost not fair. There wasn't a whole lot that time that Ava Whitmore could do.
Got to keep your hand up or you're going to get hit in the face like someone else did this weekend.
Set point. Well, you got to keep yourself out of the wrestling ring. You're a little old for that now.
Yes, sir.
What'd you get, a poke in the eye?
No comment.
From the attack line in the middle. And another big point, and that'll do it. Cathedral running it off here in the second set. Now leads it 2-0, 25-15 the final in that one. We'll come back, possibly the final set tonight. Cathedral in the command of this one. This is high school volleyball in IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Cathedral High School. One of our great sponsors on board this year is Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. I have a feeling I know who's been there. A great atmosphere for breakfast or brunch, open Wednesday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tammy and her staff waiting to serve you and your family. Try the biscuits and gravy or the quiche. Are you a quiche guy?
Oh,
man, I didn't know that. Coach recommends also the BLT.
Extra mayonnaise.
Extra mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Tam's located at 6427 Oaklandton Road in Indianapolis.
The Cathedral folks, Mount Vernon folks know this place. It's probably the size of our studio. I think they have 12 tables inside, about 12 outside. Oh, the BLT with extra mayonnaise.
You like that, huh?
Oh, extra sauce.
Sounds like you get extra everything.
Potato
if you want it, right?
chips.
Yeah.
Well, and then you got it, and then you top it off with the deluxe caramel nut brownie.
Wow.
And she'll put a little bit of ice cream on it for you for an extra quarter.
Really?
Oh,
man.
I think I'm going to go see her tomorrow.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
We might all want to go see her tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, what are your thoughts early? Cathedral dominating that first set. Mount Vernon played much better in the second set, but they have a 2-0 lead, and we know how big that can be, especially when you're talking about playing at home. And Cathedral just so big and talented.
You know, but you look at, Cathedral's a 4A school, so is Mount Vernon. They played very, very well. Cathedral actually has 4 games on them.
Yeah.
So it makes a big difference. I think that could make a big difference because, you've only played 2 games. Or this is your first game, I think, second game of the year.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon's played 4 plus, so very impressive.
And you know what? I was looking earlier today. This season goes very fast. When you think about their tournament starts in October, you have August and September to get ready for that tournament.
You have to play your 22, 24 games in a quick time. That's why on Saturdays you see all these teams playing these invitationals where you're guaranteed 3 or 4 games. Last weekend going up to Crown Point, they were guaranteed 4 games. You got to love that because rankings, you talked about the preseason poll. I think that's why they wait, because not everybody jump starts at the same time.
Yeah.
Today was Saturday was the official day you could play, and not many people play. Well, I think there was 54 games I counted that we had on the sports page, but there's 432 schools that play volleyball in the state of Indiana.
You see the Fighting Irish getting their final instructions as they look to put this away in 3. And we'll have, by the way, all of the Monday scores on our sports page tomorrow. Want to remind you can check out IndianaSRN.org and see what games we've got coming up this entire week. And as Coach mentioned, we have a bevy of games of football coming up on Friday night.
Well, tomorrow night we head to Heritage Christian, as we will have the Heritage Christian Franklin Central game. I'm on that game as our good buddy Wes Snyder is on assignment and asked me to cover for that game. And then Thursday night, are you at
I'm
Central
back
Christian
again.
with me?
Yeah, I am.
Wow, we get to see a lot of each other.
I know.
Where are you at Friday night?
I am at Franklin Central.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I may be going down there too.
Really?
Either that or Evansville.
Oh, I think Franklin Central is much nicer.
I'm trying to talk to boss and to let me stay in town. And so he told me he'll leave it up to me, but we'll talk about it on Friday.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably when we're driving down to
down to Evansville, yeah.
By the way, welcome to Evansville Memorial, new school for SRN, and South Bend St. Joe. Central Christian jumping on board a lot more games this year as well. The 1A volleyball, I looked at it today because I was preparing for Thursday. I tell you what, 1A is loaded.
Oh, yeah.
1A is loaded.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about going to Evansville. That's going to be a great matchup on Friday night. Them and Jasper going at it.
Should be a lot of fun.
All right, here we go. Could be the final set. Let's see if Mount Vernon can stay alive, but a good start there for Cathedral to get the first point. That is Carson Kramer there for the Fighting Irish.
Now, if you're Cathedral, what you said in the huddle is get it done.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah, I don't want to give anybody a chance. If you can put them away now, do so.
Yes, sir.
Fighting Irish back the other way, and nice save again.
Oh, love it. Pancake. Nice job.
Back to the middle. There is Whitmore again for Mount Vernon. Fighting Irish set it up to the outside right. Whitmore again. Wow. Good volley. Middle attack, and the point just inside the line. Cathedral 2-0.
You know, when it goes 45 seconds or more, I get dizzy. But I tell you what, girls just never give up, do they? Whitmore is everywhere.
Yeah, she sure is. Take a look, another look at this one. Just hit it where they ain't, Coach.
Yep.
That's what you got to do. So an early 2-0 lead here in the third set. Back to the outside. Nothing there again for Mount Vernon. I'll tell you what, you look at this Cathedral team, and I know the polls aren't out yet, and I know when they do, there is no doubt in my mind they're going to be in the top 20.
Well, Katie Barthel hit that ball a slew.
That one is a little bit long, and that'll be the fifth service error tonight by Cathedral.
That's when you want that, that
line to move a little bit.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, it doesn't move yet, does it? It stays there all year long.
I don't understand.
Side out once again for Mount Vernon, down 3-1. And the attack from the right, good job on that back line.
I like how they took their time to set the ball up. Look at that. Nice. Just long again.
Yep. Just about a foot or so. 3-2. Cathedral with a 1-point lead. Side out again for the Marauders. Cathedral has played this well. When they see Mount Vernon starting to make a little bit of a run, it stops almost cold. As you see the Fighting Irish get the point on the attack once again. Now +2. And side out Fighting Irish. We have seen, that's going to be a service error. That's number 6 on Cathedral. That might be their one Achilles heel so far. We've seen too many times over the years where a team will get up 2-0 and then the other team wins that third set, and then you find yourself in a dogfight in set number 4 just trying to make sure it doesn't go 5, and you don't really play as well. As that point will go to Mount Vernon.
That's an error. You just stepped right on the line. You got to know where you are.
Now, I don't remember the last time we've been tied other than at 0, but Cathedral has pretty much been on top the entire 3 sets. Let's see if Mount Vernon can get the lead here. Side out Marauders. Little middle back on the serve to the outside. And again, good defense there by Mount Vernon, but can't get anything offensively. And that's something you can't do, set it up in the middle just like that one.
And you just it's almost like a lob pitch in softball. It's just a good one, and that ball looks like a big old beach ball. Look at that. I mean, she's like, woohoo!
Man. That looked like Erin Emmerich, the senior.
She's played really well tonight, too.
Yeah, she, by the way, is another 6-footer. Back to a 1-point lead, and unable to play it at the net is Cathedral. Point for Mount Vernon.
I like the giddy up here, Mount Vernon. Not giving up, putting pressure.
You play with a little more sense of urgency now,
you
too,
do.
don't you?
You do. You really do.
That is Ainsley Bear, and that will be a lead now for Mount Vernon. They lead at 6-5. I like that little move right there, too.
The little helicopter move?
Is that what that was? Ava Whitmore leading the charge, and the first lead Mount Vernon has had, I believe, this entire evening, except for maybe 1-0 early in that first set. Nothing again there for Mount Vernon. Cathedral to the right, and we believe have a net violation.
Yeah, Whitmore might have got caught.
Yep.
But I tell you what, I like what she was doing because she saw where that was going, and she's just maybe grazed the net just a tad. They're so picky.
Aren't they?
Oh, man. We need them, though.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, you think that how much work these volleyball officials can get during a single season? Man.
Look, every night.
They can. Good job again by the Fighting Irish to keep it alive. Ball played at the net both ways. Mount Vernon. Good play there by the Fighting Irish, and the point will go again to Cathedral. So we were tied at 5 a moment ago. Let's see if Cathedral get a streak going right here. They've done it so far tonight where they'll run off 4, 5, 6 points in a row and put Mount Vernon behind the 8 ball. Little slide to the right. Nothing there for Damer. That was Lewis again, keeping it alive, and that'll be long. Tied at 7.
Positioned correctly, Mount Vernon.
Side out Marauders. You know, sometimes as a coach, too, you don't want your team to let down, and I'm sure that was a talk, as you mentioned a little bit ago, about Cathedral. Don't let Mount Vernon back into this, but sometimes easier said than done to get your team rolling again after those first 2 sets. And there's another error by Cathedral.
You know, a lot of people would think maybe they're a little tired. They're not tired.
No.
Trust me, these girls could play all night and have been known to play all night.
Well, how many times you see a sports team gets a big lead, and the next thing you know, you have a tendency to let down.
You do let down. You do let down and go, shoot, it was 25-9, 25-15. We got this.
Coaches don't like that talk, though, do they?
I never did.
Mount Vernon back the other way. And able to get the point. Nice play up front.
Biggest lead they've had all night long. 2.
Looked like that might have been Easton Wampler, their number 7, the outside hitter for Mount Vernon. As coach had mentioned, a 2-point lead at 9-7, Mount Vernon. Cathedral making a couple of changes on their side defensively. Let's see if it works and they can get their offense going again. Middle attack. And unable to keep that one alive, but great effort by Mount Vernon.
You know, both of these coaches have used their assistants on the bench. As you can see, Cathedral's all their assistants, their managers, coaches all the way back and back. She's not calling the location of where she wants the ball set. That's already been predetermined to the coach that is on the far left.
Yeah, and it's always a different zone, correct?
There's 5 zones, yes, sir.
And that'll go against Mount Vernon. Double hit there for the Marauders. So we're tied at 9 here in the 3rd set.
You know, and I coached this game for almost 15 years. My girls never understood what I was trying to get them to do. Well,
Not totally, right?
I only won 2 games in my career.
Oh, please. Nice deep serve there by Cathedral. Neither team able to get much of any breathing room here in this third set so far.
Oh, that's Whitmore.
Now we're going back and forth. Coach is getting a little bit dizzy again. This is one of those that's lasting more than 45 seconds. And that'll be long. Boy, that's the one thing, too, Coach. You hate that. You work so hard defensively.
And you had the play that you wanted because you had them on. They wasn't there.
Yep. So now the Fighting Irish lead it by 1. Each set has been a little bit tougher for the Irish, and that one inside the line. Great play. That looked like it was Sophia Damer there, the junior.
Second time she's done that tonight.
Yeah. And she's going to get rewarded by serving, tied at 10. Volleyball tomorrow and Thursday here in IndianaSRN, as that will be into the net. And Mount Vernon leading it by 1. Credit that one to Olivia Morgan, just a freshman.
There's a little bit of life over there.
They want to play at least one more, maybe force it into a 5th set. Will the Fighting Irish be able to come back here and sweep it 3-0? That'll be long, and so error there by the Marauders, and we're back to an 11-all tie. Well, again, this has been a little bit different than what we have seen in the first 2 sets, where neither team has been able to run anything off, where they'll get 5 or 6 points in a row. And that's going to be an attack error there on that left side by Wampler.
You know, the momentum has not got there yet. You haven't scored the consistency run. Now that this is when you want to work on this, when you're at the 12, 11, and then you serve it in the net.
Well, and right now, Mount Vernon serving-wise, I only had them for 1 service error.
That's what I have them for.
Yeah, 7 for Cathedral. As we mentioned a little bit ago, that might be kind of their Achilles heel so far this year, but Mount Vernon able to stay alive, tied at 12. Back to the outside. Good job to keep it alive. And the block up front, but it goes out of play. Mount Vernon with a point.
And you saw the player, Mount Vernon, just saw that ball coming, stepped away, knew that ball was going to, if it hit her, that would have been Cathedral's ball. Very smart play. That's a quick heads up.
Sierra Holverson there for Mount Vernon. Side out Marauders +1. Deep back middle serve. Here come the Fighting Irish. Another big block up front. That time, number 13, Olivia Morgan. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Cathedral calls the timeout, 14-12 Mount Vernon. We're going to keep it right here. We've got to mention real quick one of our sponsors, Indiana Mulch and Stone. Since inception in 1987, Indiana Mulch and Stone has been dedicated to providing the highest quality products to landscapers, businesses, and residents in central Indiana. Their first priority and foremost goal is to establish long-term relationships with our customers by offering exceptional service and the highest quality landscape products. This philosophy has defined their success for the last 35 years and will continue for decades to follow. Contact them at IndianaMulch.com. All right, here we go as you see Mount Vernon following the timeout by Cathedral +2. About ready to match the 15 that they scored in that second set. Nothing there for the Irish. Back the other way, and Mount Vernon does it again. There's Sierra Holverson.
Coach showing a little bit of emotion. I think the new slogan is, let's go.
+3. Here's one of those runs that has been absent in this third set, and it's being put together by Mount Vernon. How will Cathedral respond now? You know, one thing I think that Mount Vernon has done in their lineup, Coach, they've gotten a little bit bigger up front, and they've kept it that way. There is the icebreaker right there for Cathedral. They went to Carson Kramer.
They also got him off guard. They made them, they played balls deep. They made them move rotation-wise. It's pretty easy to play volleyball if you could stay stationary, but once you make that movement, there's a lot of things that can go wrong very quickly.
Mount Vernon able to get the point again from the left side. It wasn't played well, but there is Halverson again. Back to a 3-point lead. She is playing extremely well in this set. Side out Marauders +3. Can they keep it going? Everything has pretty much gone their way here lately. From the attack line, they went deep back, nothing there. Back to the outside, and why not keep going to the hot hand if that is Halverson again?
+4. This is the biggest lead they've had.
It is. And they are threatening to make this a 4-setter. Side out Marauders once again. Well, now you find out what your team's about when you think about Cathedral, and right now they do not look like the same team in the first two sets.
A lot more flat-footed than what they were in Game 1 and Game 2, and that just tells you that Mount Vernon's coaching staff said something to unite them or light them up, and it's worked.
It has. +5, that is their biggest lead of the entire night. And now what does Cathedral have? Ball set at the net, but it was set a little bit short, and Cathedral gets the point. No, wait a minute. We're going to say that's against Cathedral. Point will go to Mount Vernon. Or did he point the wrong way? Nope, it is going to be Mount Vernon. There was a little discussion there and some confusion as well.
The ball, the player hit the ball while it was still on the side of Mount Vernon.
+6 now.
And now the captain is allowed, if you see her there talking to the official, she's allowed to talk. This is kind of interesting. I love it when both captains come, well, you said. You never refereed volleyball, did you?
No.
That's when you just throw up your thumbs and say, let's do it again.
Let's do it again, yep. That was Mallory Dills, the senior that was stepping over to talk to the official. That's in the one rule book in basketball. It's that last rule that's really not even there, but you say it's there. Nobody really knows anything about it. You ever done that? It's a rule.
I have been known to say on page 1 of the Little League rule book when I did Little League baseball, it says all judgment calls are up to umpire. And I'll just say that was a judgment.
Oh, okay.
It was a good judgment, but it was judgment.
Hey, I want to remind you, too, that if you want to take part and be an official, participation in high school athletics does not have to end during your high school graduation. Even if you've been away from the game for a while, you can get back in the game by becoming a licensed official in any of the 20 sports sanctioned by the IHSAA. All you have to do is contact the IHSAA office at IHSAA.org.
How many times did you say IHSAA in that?
Three in a row. And by the way, another point there for Mount Vernon.
And they have dominated this game. This set has been dominated by Mount Vernon.
So it is actually 19-13. Mount Vernon has to make the return, and that'll be long. Now, can Cathedral get back in it?
You have a couple timeouts that you're going to save here. This point, the next 2 points for for Cathedral are very crucial.
Yeah,
and when they come.
Both teams undefeated, 4-0 and 1-0. Cathedral with that 4 wins in their tournament up north as Mount Vernon back the other way, and the Marauders do it again. And there's that magic number 20.
Yep, now it's a race to 5. I felt really comfortable, Troy, when we coached with my coaching staff, we felt very comfortable. If we got to 21st, we felt very comfortable. We had kids that could finish.
Yeah.
And now we'll see what Mount Vernon has.
So now they lead it by 6. And Cathedral comes back to the outside. They'll get the kill.
Not too fast.
By the way, that was Taylor Lewis again. Like you said earlier, if you need a point, go to Lewis, right?
Yep.
So now the Fighting Irish side out. Can they make the comeback? They need 10. Mount Vernon just needs 5. Cross-court attack, nothing there for Mount Vernon. Ball placed at the net, and that's something that we have seen a lot here in this third set. They have not set it well.
Just the rotation is just not there.
So now down to 4 here for Mount Vernon, leading it by 6.
Definitely new life on this Mount Vernon ball club. Oh.
Boy, some mistakes being made by the Fighting Irish here in the set.
Unforced turnovers, really.
Yeah. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Mount Vernon leads it by 7. This is high school volleyball on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We are back here at Cathedral High School as Mount Vernon trying to make this a 4-setter, leading it by 7. So Cathedral making some unforced errors in this third set. Do they have enough to come back? Offensively, nothing there. Back to the Marauders. Slide to the right. Nice play. Kept it alive. And then it goes deep. Boy, it's another one of those you hate to see happen. You play so well defensively.
And, I'm seeing that both cheer blocks are both doing their part of cheering on their kids. And you got to love that in high school sports. It's all clean. It's fun. Let's just keep the game under control, though.
Side out Cathedral. Mount Vernon tried that little soft touch. Nothing there.
Oh.
Or things might tighten up a little bit here as they'll go to the outside, blocked out. It was Lewis again, and they're going to give the point to Cathedral, though Mount Vernon thought it was actually out off a Cathedral player.
I think they thought it hit the antenna when she hit the ball, and they played through it.
So big point right there for the Fighting Irish, now down by 5. Do they have a run here? Set to the outside, nothing there. And I don't know if that was a bad set or it was 4 hits for sure, but the ball seemed like it never really got where it needed to go.
Yeah.
Not a great offensive possession there by Mount Vernon. So now it's 4. This would be huge for the Fighting Irish to come back and win this one. And that'll be a point for Mount Vernon.
How about let me swing as hard as I can and you try to stop it? Nope.
Their play, speaking of Mount Vernon at the net, has been so much better than those first two sets.
This game,
yeah.
Yes, much better.
And I think that's been the difference. They played very well up front. And that has also helped them as well. Good defense. Quick push to the middle, and they found the open spot. Nope, they're going to say they're playing it. Wow. And Mount Vernon keeps it alive, and then nobody gets it there. Miscommunication on the back row.
That ball looked like it hit the floor, and it obviously hit her hand and popped back up. We call that a pancake. That popped straight back up. That's an amazing hit.
Avery Lewis was telling the head judge there that he had missed that call. nonetheless, Cathedral able to get the point. It's down to 4. And there's an ace for the Irish. Uh-oh. Could be fun right here. I have a feeling the Irish have got their front liners back in here.
Yeah, I got a feeling Mount Cathedral's been talked to.
Here.
Nice rotation.
Yeah, their rotation is good for the Irish, too, and they are playing with a mission now. Here they come. And another point. To the outside. That is Carson Kramer. See, that's a little bit different lineup here than they had. They were playing a lot of different bodies there, and they're not now. So now it's down to 2. What a comeback this would be for the Irish. That one clipped the net. Irish able to keep it alive. And that one hit into the net. A big error there from Mount Vernon. It's now 1.
You got to call that timeout now. You got to burn your timeout.
And they do. 23-22. Mount Vernon here in the third set. We're going to keep it right here and remind you that unlike most broadcasters, our funding comes primarily from donations as well as school subscriptions. You can help us put more kids on TV by directing your donation to a specific school and earmarked for IndianaSRN, or you can hit the donate button. And we would certainly appreciate anything that you can do.
Let's take a look at our schedule for the rest of this week. On Tuesday night, that's tomorrow night, Franklin Central taking on Heritage Christian. That is a 7:30 start for volleyball. On Thursday night, Providence Crystal Ray and Central Christian volleyball, 7 o'clock start. And then on Friday, Speedway Covenant Christian, Traders Point Heritage Christian, Evansville Memorial Jasper, and Perry Meridian Franklin Central, all 7:30 starts.
All right, here we go. -1. Cathedral again on the serve following the timeout. Mount Vernon. Not a good offensive possession there. That has been something they have stumbled on here. Middle attack. And again, they have to give it back to the Fighting Irish. Don't want them to keep going on offense that many times, Coach, and they did it twice, and they get the point.
Now, this is what, again, back in my coaching day, we call stalemate. Now you got to get 2 points quickly. You don't care how you get it done. Just get it done quickly.
Boy, this was, it appeared at one point to be over in this third set with Mount Vernon in the big lead, and now you see
Captain's meeting again.
Yep, Mallory Dills came over. So apparently got the explanation of what they wanted.
Looks like she might have had a rubber band or something on her arm.
Okay. Well, 23 all. Mount Vernon was actually had a commanding lead here in this set, but the Fighting Irish bringing their frontliners back in, trying to win it right here. See the rotation, the setup to the outside, able to keep it alive. They'll do it again, and this time they get the point. 24-23 Cathedral. And Mount Vernon needs to get a timeout.
That wastes all your timeouts now. You're done with your timeout at 24-23. In the huddles, here's the communication. Look, you've fought back. You've done a great job. Just finish this if you're Cathedral. If you're Mount Vernon, hey, it's not over. It's okay. Relax. Play your game. Play like we did 9 points ago. I think the big difference was Cathedral brought in their front line, and that's been the tell of the tape.
Yeah, they didn't mix it up quite as much in their lineup, and you can tell the rotation is better, the communication is better, and they decided we're going to try to put this away right here. By the way, they've got to go to Brownsburg Wednesday, Cathedral does, so they want a little momentum going into to that place.
How good is Brownsburg this year?
They're
pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like everybody you play week in and week out is going to be pretty good. We are right now at set point, and that'll do it. And Cathedral comes back, and they knock off Mount Vernon 3-0. And what a comeback. Take a look at the set point right here.
The rotation's there, and wow.
That's incredible. That might be the one of the best comebacks I've ever seen, especially when you consider the way Mount Vernon was playing. They played well up front and just made some mistakes down the stretch. But 25-9, 25-15, 25-23.
You think this crowd is pretty heavy?
Oh, man. That was a big part of their win.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
You know, again, if you're a Mount Vernon fan, don't lower your heads. They're very, very good. They will be okay. You know, again, both teams played very, very well. Cathedral, going into Brownsburg, that momentum swing going into Brownsburg is going to be very, very helpful.
Want to thank Ben and Nick. And Nick, by the way, get yourself some food. I know you're hungry. I know you're blaming me for a long third set, but get something to eat, and we'll see you next time. Okay?
And Joel Mears tonight on camera as well. Good job, Joel. Glad that you guys do it. I guess I'll see you in about 24 hours.
I'll be right back here, and I know you will be as well. Thank you for being with us. It has been high school volleyball right here on Indiana SRN.